Hey guys, it's here, and today we are doing an r/no sleep, and this is inspired by Minilad. He is a good YouTuber, so I just wanted to do one of these because I thought creepy stories are fun. So I'm gonna try to. I don't exactly know what I want to do here, so I'm just gonna try holding this the entire time. Okay, ugly visual of my door again. So I just need to. Okay, so the story is my friends and I decided to spend my birthday at an escape room. It should be in a escape room, but we're still here. When my mom dropped me off at 5:45 last night, I did not notice anything out of the ordinary about the building. It was smack in the middle of two other equally gray brick storefronts, and in the low light of evening, it looked larger than it could be. Under one of the flickering lights, I spotted two of my friends waiting for me. Adam DeMarco was wearing a ball cap, relaxed V-neck, and leather jacket that his dad had bought him. He smiled as he caught sight of me. Megan Graham wore her typical long-sleeved hoodie, tight distressed jeans with some black pumps to make her a few inches taller. I put my jacket tight around myself and walked over to them. It was cold, but the way Meg looked at me made me even colder. It's been a while since we actually had a chance to talk, and I figured this weekend would be a chance for us to reconnect. Can't we just go to the club or something, she asked. I had to admit the suggestion wasn't a bad one, since I knew that the bar down the street didn't bother asking for ID. But I already made 3 promises that evening and broken one of them. While we waited for the final member of our foursome, I checked out the exterior of the place. It was normally a rundown warehouse on the downtown strip that no one paid attention to. And even up close, it didn't look that impressive. There were no windows to peer and no distinguishing signs to mark the location. I'm not going to read all of this, but some. And then I'll read the others in another video. In fact, the only proof that there was anything, there was lettering on the front door. The Mind Palace open until you get out. Can't we go inside and wait for Jared? Megan whined. I told her, when you live in a dead-end town like this one, you don't care what you have to do to get a thrill, and the escape room sounded like it would just be the type of fun I enjoyed. According to an online review, the place had 6 different scenarios that guests couldn't pick from. Jared said that he wanted it to be a surprise, so of course he didn't tell me which one he picked. Frankly, I didn't care either, as long as we got to be together. That hoping to see my boyfriend was dashed to pieces through seconds later when another face appeared across the street. And I frowned in confusion. Cole Redfern, one of Jared's closest friends, ran across the street where we stood and gave an apologetic grin. Hey, Kelly, Jared is really sorry, but he didn't even have to finish the sentence for me to know what had happened. Bullcrap, I snapped as I checked my phone for any messages. How the heck could he do this to me? Give me the cold shoulder and expect me to be okay with it? He had been one who insisted my 16th birthday going to be extraordinary. He had the one to book the dang thing. Cole fumbled around a lame explanation why Jared couldn't be there, but honestly, I don't remember what it was. When we went inside, I was surprised to find that the interior looked a little better than what we had seen on outside. The carpet was fresh. It had a soft teal texture, and the smell of that Game laundry detergent. The wallpaper was shiny and bright, inviting us to step forward toward the front desk. There was a soft, jazzy music playing in the air that sounded halfway familiar to me as we walked up and looked to see if we could catch sight of others. Meg tapped on the bell on the side of the counter and looked up, expecting some kind of gimmicky introduction, but no one came out. Must be on their lunch break, I muttered to myself as I walked toward one of the doors and took a peek down the halls toward the red doors that went to different scenarios. Adam decided not to see it, to look around and see if he could find anyone. I followed him toward the hallways. Nothing. They were a bit different in design, a bit more ordinary. I wasn't really seeing anything that would make me believe this place was that fantastic. I hadn't spent a dime, and I was already feeling a bit cheated out of my money. We hadn't even tried some of the doors. Disappointed to find none of them were opening for us. This is bogus, Adam said as we walked back to the front. But when we got toward the front desk, I saw Ledger sitting on the counter next to the bell. Was that there before? I asked in confusion, staring at the book. I walked over to it and saw a placard, or I don't know how, placard next to the book that said, "Please sign in to go inside." I don't know, Meg said as she stayed glued to her phone. I guess they like playing games with their guests from the get-go. Adam said as I took out the pen and signed our names in. There was a small booklet that offered to explain the rules and regulations of the escape room, and I slipped into my back pocket, so I checked to see what times were available for reservation. There were no other names in the book. This is cheesy, Meg complained. I had to admit I was actually agreed with her for once, but I didn't want to make it look like I was not going to have a good time. Maybe this will be a little fun, Adam suggested with a laugh as he took the key next to the book and walked back to the hallway, trying it on different doors until he found the right one. The room was probably about the average size of one's bedroom. The walls were a cream color and everyone was the same bland picture of a young couple holding a puppy. In the center of the room was a table with 5 chairs and a notebook open with a page clearly torn out. Or with a page clearly torn out. There were other pages from other books scattered around the floor, some written in languages we didn't even understand. There was a small wooden box next to the book that looked like something you might find at a jewel store. The ceiling fan shimmied and shook a tad like it was about to fall, and a few stray roaches scurried across the floor. And then there was the blood stain on the floor. I think that's the first thing anyone really noticed when we got here. Cole covered his mouth in disgust as Adam leaned over to examine it. Immediately, Meg was the one who got scared. Maybe this was a stupid idea, she told me. I frowned up at her and wrinkled my nose. Adam examined the box as Cole closed the door. I heard a soft click and realized the timer for the event had begun. Alrighty, folks. Looks like Jared threw us a doozy with this one, didn't he? Anyone speak Swahili? Adam joked as he sorted through the papers as best as he could. What scenario did he pick anyway? Megan asked. I realized as usually she had been the one to not pay attention, but it seemed also reminded me of how upset I was that she was here, so I did my best to ignore her. It's a surprise, duh. I told her, though, if I had to guess, I thought it was horror. She didn't say anything else as Adam and Cole tried to put the notes in the right order. It had to have been almost 15 minutes since we got here. I bent down to pick up the box, opening it to see a small glass figurine inside. It surprised me, but it didn't seem anything significant at first. I looked at it for a moment before taking my phone out to text my mom and whine about night getting a few extra dollars for an after party. I clicked to send the message and slipped it back in my back pocket, only to hear a soft beep on my phone a second later. Message failed to send. And that is where I'm going to end this today. I will continue this later. I don't want to make it like too long, so I'm still gonna suck at these endings. Okay, I am Zai. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm Zai. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button and subscribe, and turn on the bell notification for when I upload. And I think that's about it. Oh, and also go check out Minilad, and yeah, see y'all later. Bye.